we have Adam Carlesco, who is the Assistant People's Counsel in the Office of the People's Counsel. He is here to tell us about an exciting program for DC high school students. And welcome to Let's Talk, Adam.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us first, what is DC's Office of the People's Counsel?
So the Office of the People's Counsel is an independent agency of the DC government. We are statutorily mandated to, advocate on behalf of utility ratepayers in the district. So that would be anyone who pays a water bill, electric bill, a gas bill, and we are meant to ensure fair and affordable rates, as well as reliable service, and ensuring a level of sustainability to those utility services.
Well, I am excited about to hear you talk about the environmental justice program for DC high school students. How did this idea come about in order to bring high school students into the conversation?
So this has been part of an ongoing initiative spearheaded by the People's Counsel, Ms. Sandra Madhu-Fry. Last year, we had hosted a large forum at Catholic University for college and high school students to get involved in environmental issues as they relate to utility service. And this is a continuation of that sort of initiative as well. So it is up high on our list, and this is essentially us trying to do outreach to the community to get them involved and kind of cultivate the next generation of environmental advocates who will become the next People's Counsel, the next Public Service Commissioner, the next council member.
And this is going to take place Wednesday and Thursday, October 23rd and 24th.
Absolutely.
In the district. And so how were the students chosen to be in this program?
Yeah, we have a broad registration. We've been doing outreach to a number of public high schools and public charter schools within the district, specifically targeting social studies and science teachers, as well as any sort of academy directors within the high schools. So we're looking for motivated and interested students who see this as a potential career path to get involved in advocacy, law, environmental science, and any of those subclasses of professions.
What I'm interested in as well is, what is the program going to do? How are you taking these students through understanding environmental justice, and who are going to be some of the speakers that they will interact with?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a 2-day conference that we'll be hosting at our offices at OPC, right next to the White House, right above Old Ebbets Grill. And we have the capacity for about 35 to 40 students. And it will be structured over the course of 2 days. We have the first half of the day will be in-class presentations from a mix of OPC attorneys, as well as environmental and community advocates within the DC community, as well as we have a guest appearance by one of the public service commissioners and representatives from the Department of Energy and Environment. So they'll be giving these presentations. And then for the second half of the day, after lunch, we will be opening it up to more of a hands-on practicum for students, so they can start to identify community issues, figure out the basics of community organizing, how to potentially identify gaps in regulation or legislation, and then how to draft that legislation and testify before public service commissioners, council members, federal agencies, and anything along those lines. So this would be essentially an advanced, AP civics workshop to a certain extent.
For those that are just tuning in, I'm speaking with Adam Carlesco. He is with the DC Office of the People's Counsel, and he is sharing information with us about an upcoming environmental justice 2-day workshop for DC high school students. Now, have all the students been picked and chosen? Can students still apply for it, just in case there's some listeners here that maybe would like to get their child in that program?
Students can absolutely enroll. We will have up on our website a registration for this. While we have spoken to some teachers about selecting students that they feel are most motivated and interested in the subject matter, if you are interested, sign up for registration. Seats are limited. We do have a spot for you to explain why you are interested. And based upon that, if we are above capacity, we'll be making decisions based upon what motivates you to get involved.
So these are students that are being oriented to be advocates on behalf of environmental justice. What will be the takeaways? For example, what is it that the students will be able to do? Is there an expectation that they will go back and motivate their classmates at their respective high schools to join forces, to do some things and send proposals or messages to different people that work in organizations that impact the environment? What are the takeaways for the kids?
Yeah, so we are hoping that there are many takeaways for them. So first and foremost would be understanding how to structure a campaign for social change. So that would be identifying targets, setting realistic goals and timelines, and figuring out where there are gaps in legislation or regulation to get those changed. Additionally, this would provide an opportunity for students from across all 8 wards to network and meet their other motivated students who are looking to get involved and make change within the district. This would also put them in contact with, advocates who are already engaged in the district, so they can plug directly into the adult pipeline for these sort of community engagement exercises and activities. And it would also allow them to, think more critically and be more prepared when it comes to them actually implementing those campaigns, when it comes to community organizing, when it comes to drafting legislation, when it comes to testifying before council. They'll be prepared to do that on their own after this workshop.
And I've neglected to ask right at the beginning, is this the first time that you all have done this for high school kids?
Specifically for high school students, yes. Last year we hosted a larger forum, which was a larger discussion that included college students and high school students as well. But that was more of a forum campaign. We wanted to provide a little bit of a smaller opportunity for students to come in, meet OPC attorneys, meet members of the commission, meet staff within DC government and other community organizers within the district. And one thing I will also note is, for the students that partake, we will be providing a certificate of completion that you can include in your college applications.
I'm so glad you mentioned college, because that was one of the things that I wanted to go to, because perhaps this will inform some of the students about what they might want to pursue when they go to college and as a career goal. Is that one of the outcomes that you hope will come about as a result of this 2-day workshop?
That's what I'm hoping for. When I was 17, I wish I had something like this so that I could have gotten on the path of becoming, attorney at OPC much earlier in the path. It wasn't until much later in my career that I was directed towards this avenue and learned the skills of community organizing. So this is something that we've heard from students that they wish that they'd been able to get involved with earlier.
I am loving this, because what you said about what they're going to learn, how to put together a campaign, how to put together a timeline, that's important, relevant information for whatever you do in life, whatever you're going to go to in your career. So these are wonderful skills that you are instilling in the students.
No, thank you. That's hopefully we are able to get that across to the students in the presentation.
Well, again, we want to put the information up on our screen about this upcoming workshop that the Office of the People's Counsel is giving for high school students, October 23rd and 24th. You can still register to take part in this workshop, and it's about preparing you to understand and do something through the work of environmental justice. You're going to meet public officials, policy officials that are involved in environmental issues. You're going to learn how to put together an advocacy campaign with a timeline, pull together all the people and the volunteers that you know that you feel are interested in this issue. So this is wonderful. And Adam, thank you so much for being with us today. Adam Carlesco, who is with the Office of the People's Counsel here in Washington, D.C. Thank you and have a great day.
And thank you.